Hey traders, welcome to the full market analysis for the 23rd of April. The inflation data is out and markets are fairly mixed. I'll go through the markets in the next few minutes. Let's deal with gold on steroids. First of all, what do we know? Well, one thing we do know for sure is that whenever the price moves outside the channel, especially on all charts, there's highly likely there's going to be a reversal or a correction. So this is what it looks like. So when you get this situation like here, you get a pullback. When you get a situation like here, you get a pullback. When you get an outside bar, it's a continuation pattern. So we're seeing this all the time. So when you see an outside bar outside the channel, the price simply doesn't like it. It simply doesn't like it. Now, unfortunately, we're not sitting on a high demand area. There are support lines on the higher time frame at 32.65. However, you know, to actually buy it at this point would be highly likely to see that the price moves up a little bit, then it just goes down again. So this point is much more successful if you want to get in live as the price hits it. Now, in terms of any reversal, what you want to do on the gold on steroids, now if you see a position like this on your gold on steroids system software, just trade it. Don't wait for me. I'm never around to do that. So if I'm around, obviously I'll let you know. But let me show you what it means. Sell signal. It's a bit more than that. Sell signal. 536 pips. Okay, so it's well worth having the software, using the software. Now you need to exit on an outside bar. Believe me, it's shooting up now. It's just jumped up 150 pips, believe it or not. So just be aware. Now, what are we looking for before we enter the position if it's not sitting on demand? Well, you do need to see a reversal of some sort. You do need to see that the price has started to move. This is a 5-minute chart, and you have to be patient. You have to wait for the price to convert and change carats. It will, more than likely, but it's got plenty of room to come back up to 33.40 if it's going to do that. It's at 32.80 now, so there's plenty of pips to be had. The other thing to look out for on the gold on steroids is the number. Number 2 is fine. Number 3 is the strongest signal there is. Okay, so look out for that. Really, really important. Let's go into the markets and see what's going on. I did mention the euro dollar. This was finding support at 113.87. Okay, it's jumped down 20 pips based upon the news today, the inflation figures. It's not made much of a dent on the markets. However, I think that we should see a conversion within the next 24 hours once the price is settled down. So what does that actually look like in terms of a legitimate trade? Well, let's have a look at the New Zealand Canadian. So I posted in the VIP room. Have a look at this. Okay, so this is moving down into support, retesting the support lines and bouncing off it, and we had a conversion. Let's go back to the euro dollar. See why we're not going long this now. Okay, we don't have the conversion. We don't have the change of character to the upside. This is what it looks like on the 30-minute chart. Once you get in there, just trade it on the advanced pro chart. Just trade it. Put your stop at the previous swing low and then go to the next target, which is on your chart already for 122 pips, 11514. All right, that's how it works. So once we get that conversion in the next 24 hours, which we probably will, if we don't, it doesn't matter, we just don't trade it, then of course we've got a good opportunity to get into the markets. And we did need the dollar, DXY, to go weak in order for euro dollar to go higher. Okay, so these charts are looking fantastic. I know we're not in many at the moment, and I know that markets have been very sideways and elusive, as I say. However, there are great trading opportunities coming up, so get ready. If you don't have the advanced pro charts, then please do something about it. Totally up to you. And if you've got the advanced pro charts, get ready. Your charts should emulate mine. If your charts don't emulate mine, I want everybody in the VIP room to have exactly the same charts. All right? And if we all have the same charts, then we're all singing from the same hymn sheet. And it's much, much easier to make money. So DXY 99.48, it's now moved up to a retest area, and we do expect the price to break down in the next few days. Okay, could happen tonight, could happen to next 24 hours. Once this breaks down, Euro dollar goes up, pound US dollar goes up, Aussie USD goes up, New Zealand USD goes up, US Swiss goes down, US yen goes down. Get the picture. Get ready, it's going to get hot. Now, in terms of the yen futures, I'm no longer in the yens. They were sideways, so they're better trades to be had. Now, I'm not convinced that this is a change of character yet. I think this is a retest of the break previously, and I think what we will see is the price come back up. If it breaks back up above 70.88, then I think we're going to see it move back up again, which is continuation weakness of the yens. Look at the price cycle. I often talk about this. Price cycle within the market is really, really important. Really, really important. Really, really important. So you could use this in combination of your fib retracements, blah, blah, blah. Yen futures, we have to wait. I think it's going to go up. I expect it to go up in the next 24 hours. This means we'll be selling all the yens. Swiss franc futures, well, it's giving the impression, very similar to the yen futures, giving the impression of a change of character. I'm not totally convinced yet. I think the next 24 hours we'll have to wait and see. So the Swiss pairs are very mixed. S&P 500 is going to the indices, and as we can see, there's been a bit of a bounce based upon the inflation figures, but not much. It's definitely not changed trends. I think there could be a selling area up here into the next 24 hours, and then down to these targets here, which we've already predicted on our charts, haven't we? Again, if you've got the advanced pro charts, then you'll be singing from the same hymn sheet. Just flicking around, no trade, no trade. Look how quick it is. DAX, yeah, the news has flicked that up. So again, take that off. It's no longer valid. No longer valid. NASDAQ, is it still in the downtrend? Is it still in the downtrend? Yes, it is. Still holding on. So I think we're going to see some capitulation once markets settle down. If it doesn't, we don't trade it. Simple as that. Just want to, I haven't seen these markets for a while, so bear with me. Mixed gold. I just want to go over gold on the advanced pro charts a little bit, just to give you a flavour what I'm looking at. Have a look at this. This is the advanced pro charts on the 30-minute chart. Can you see where the buys are? So we can see this is on a slippery slope. There was a target here of 32.38.3, 32.38.3. Big move down. So we could see this slide away to this area and then see a bounce. We're not going to be buying, well, I say we're not going to be buying. We could buy a retracement, a correction, as I explained earlier. It's jumped up 100 pips, but we're not going to be going long on this until we get clear clarification in terms of a correction back up to 33.40 or a complete reversal. Now this could happen overnight again. I'm going to go live on YouTube again with the gold on steroids for those people who want to trade the Asian session. We've been missing out there many thousands of pips. So I'm going to help you out if you are based in Australia or over in that area. So let's see what's going on. Euro dollar, I've done that one. Waiting for the conversion. Pound USD, yes, looking good. I mentioned this earlier this morning. A break above 133.50 is going to target 134.97. Looking nice, looking nice. Aussie USD does have, oh, do have a convert. Let's have a see what's going on here. Oh, there's a bit of room. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. All right. So we have number one. We have confirmation. We have the 4-hour chart on a retest. failed to break below the retest, which is great, and bounced off it. So this is highly likely to go up. So this is a legitimate trade. Now that prices have settled, we can actually put that on, can't we? Somewhere around there. Previous swing low. So what do we have? Let's do this quickly. We have the price above the central pivot, which is great. Not achieving higher highs on the lower time frame, but okay. We do have confirmation of a buy signal on the advanced pro charts. We do have the price above the 200-day moving average and fighting with the 20, but nonetheless it looks good enough to eat. So let's go with this one here, shall we? So there's your numbers. Trade at your own risk, of course. If you want to upgrade to the advanced pro charts, come and join me. 65.16 is the target. 63.78 is your stop loss. New Zealand USD has the same pattern as the Aussie. Please don't trade both. Please don't trade both. They do exactly the same thing. The difference with this one is there's a bit of supply here right on the money, so there's not much room for this to go up. US Swiss, let's have a look at this. Now, we often see that this gives the impression of a change of character to the upside. It could be that it does this straight up to supply and then comes back down. That would be fantastic, back into this area. However, the euro dollar has not changed character. This does the opposite to the euro dollar. So as this goes down, as it probably will, we're not going to be trading the US Swiss, we're going to be trading the euro dollar to the upside. So this is ambiguous, to say the least. So we will not trade the US Swiss, we'll stick with the US dollar, euro dollar. Now the US Canadian is looking good. US Canadian is looking very good. I don't really like the US Canadian for some reason. I mean, I know we made some money a few weeks ago, but we can see first of all the price cycle. Price cycle is very high. This is how you make your money. And price cycle is really important. So this is going to go on a slippery slope once the dollar goes weak. It's not doing it at the moment. Okay, so the next 24 hours are crucial. US yen, nice pull back up to resistance, and look at the price cycle. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And we do expect the price to capitulate into the next 24 hours. Let's see what's going on the lower time frame. Let's see if we can put anything in. There's your sell. No change of character. We need that change of character, don't we? And there's about 200 or 300 pips there. So let's have a look. Euro Aussie is no longer valid. Pound Aussie is no longer valid. Let me show you those. They're just not biting. Price cycle is not there. It's not working. So you can pull the plug on that if you wish. I'd like to see them working within a couple of days, like this. Euro Canadian. Now, Euro Canadian, we spoke about this morning in the coaching session, didn't we? Coming into a demand, which is really crucial, and there is confluence. We've seen this happen so many times before, and it's quite a common fact. And it could be changing trends, but I think this is going to go. I think this is going to fly with the euro. Okay, so there is a target up here, but I think that's going to get blown away. So we can see first of all that the price cycle is valid. Very, very cheap. Very, very cheap on a confluence there, hitting into demand. Very, very nice indeed. Congratulations on the previous move. We can get rid of that now. So we'll be setting up a new move. And so let's do the work. Let's go to the lower time frame. Let's have a look at here. Not converting, but it will. Well, it might. It probably will eventually, but we can see the first of all, it's not valid. It's not, price is not above the 200 moving average. It's not green. What else? It's above the central pivot, which is great, but that is no good. This is good. All right. So advanced pro charts tell you when it's ready. And this is a 30-minute chart, so you know it's not quick. Come back in 24 hours is fine. Pound Canadian doing exactly the same thing. Don't trade both. New Zealand Canadian is making money. Fantastic. We can see why. I mentioned this earlier in the coaching session. You can see that the 30-minute chart is working really, really well, and it's converted, and it's making profits, and it's heading for 83.76. Aussie Canadian does the same thing. Please don't trade both. I'm just flicking through, seeing what's going on. Pound New Zealand is to the downside. There was the entry there. If you've got in there and gone short, that's a fantastic idea on the price cycle. Congratulations. Aussie New Zealand is to the downside, not sliding yet, but will do. Euro Swiss. Now, this is one which I mentioned in the VIP room. Look how this is converging into supply, into the resistance lines, into the downtrend. In order for this to fail, if you're short this, I'm not yet, but if you're short this, then of course it's got to change trends completely. Okay, and then start to move back up here. So we're challenging the market in this trading idea. Now the trading ideas are just ideas. If you trade them, then you trade at your own risk, but you're better off having the Advanced Pro charts because you can see what's going on. You can see exactly what's going on. This is the Euro Swiss. It's not converted yet. All right. And the Euro Swiss is it's a pretty mixed actually bag. The Euro Swiss is not my favourite one, but nonetheless, it's a nice chart. It's a nice looking chart. We just need it to convert to the downside. Now Euro Yen is still valid, but the Yen futures is just not working. It's just not moving. So this is now mixed, to say the least. You can take it off if you wish. There are better trades we had. New Zealand Canadian, bit of a clue. Pound Yen, again, the great thing about the Advanced Pro charts, it tells you when to pull the plug if it's not working. We do need a complete breakdown, don't we? We do need the Yen futures to start moving back up in order for this to break down. And I think it will. I think it will, but we don't know for sure, do we? Any of these things. Looks like the gold is starting to stabilize. As I mentioned, if you held on, if you sold here at 32.65, it's now 32.77. You're 120 pips out of pocket. Okay, not a single lot. So just be aware of the outside bars. The other thing to do, if you want to trade the corrections, which is what this is, there's going to be a correction, wait for the red line to turn green and finish above the 50. And then it should start to move up. Now, it might only move 100 pips or 200 pips. It might, because it's only a correction. So just be aware of that. Take the 100 pips if you can. 100 pips is nice money. Have a great day.